Hello, Rochelle families. This is Mrs. Ward, principal of Rochelle School of the Arts, and we're very thankful to have our 8th grade students and their parents tuning in to see this short presentation about options our 8th graders have as they move to high school. While it's only November, we know that our students will have high school and all of the activities associated with high school here just before you know it. Some of our 8th graders are already working on their high school grade point average if they are taking a high school credit class such as geometry, algebra 1, or a history class, or physical science. The time to begin thinking about high school and even your plans beyond high school is now if you haven't already begun to think about those things. Because many of the things that happen in 8th and ninth grade regarding your courses and the classes that you take, the grades that are earned, those things often impact the options at the end of high school. The presentation here will take you through some of the options you have for your high school years. First, your zoned high school. This would be the high school that you would be designated to attend based on where you lived. This is often a great option for many students. Bus transportation is often available if you live farther away from that school. It provides a traditional high school experience with other students who live in similar areas to where you live, and there are many options to be involved in a variety of electives, clubs, and sports at that high school. In recent years, all high schools have begun to add career academies to their program offerings at the school. So there are options to attend high schools that are not your zoned high school. This would allow the student to focus on a specific career academy. Bus transportation is not available when you go to a high school with a career academy that's outside of your zone school. It does provide a traditional high school experience with a focus on the courses within that career academy for the student. The student has options to be involved in a variety of electives, clubs, sports, music programs, all of those types of experiences, but those options do require an application and an acceptance into that program. One of the options that's often very interesting for many students at Rochelle School of the Arts is Harrison School for the Arts. Harrison School for the Arts is housed on the Lakeland High School campus. The two schools share campus space, and the students take their academic classes through Lakeland High School and their arts classes through Harrison School for the Arts. Bus transportation is provided for students across all of Polk County from various hub locations. The students are provided a traditional high school experience at Lakeland High School, and some options are available for students to be involved in different electives, clubs, and sports that are not in conflict with Harrison School for the Arts programs or responsibilities. And Harrison, of course, does require an application as well as an audition in the arts discipline the student is interested in. There are some additional programs that might be interesting for our students as they're looking at all of the high school options. Those include the International Baccalaureate program, which is housed at Bartow High School, and there are some local charter schools that have high school programs. Bus transportation is often available from hub locations for these types of programs. The academic and extracurricular experiences at each of these schools vary. Most of these schools require an application and in some cases a special admissions process. For instance, the International Baccalaureate or IB school does require the students to achieve a certain score on an admissions test. Charter schools may have unique application or admission processes, so you would want to check with any school you're interested in to confirm what their process is. To assist our families with knowing the different options available through the career academies for the Lakeland area high schools, a handout was provided to all of our campus 8th graders the week of November the 2nd. E-learners will be provided with this handout or may have already received this handout through their Schoology first period teacher. This flyer will let parents be able to review the different schools and the different career academies. And of course, we would encourage you to always check the individual high schools' websites in case there have been updates to the career academies that have occurred after we received this information. For students considering an audition for Harrison School for the Arts, the following programs are available: chorus, guitar, creative writing, dance, jazz, orchestra, piano, theater, technical theater, musical theater, motion picture arts, and visual arts. Students who are accepted into a particular program, such as the dance program, will take the classes associated with the course progression for dance. Students will not be able to take classes out of other disciplines or other arts departments unless it is part of the program that they are already in. Rochelle students considering an application for Harrison should definitely visit the Harrison website, harrisonarts.com. On this website, you can click on admissions at the top. This will give detailed information regarding each of the arts departments that are available for audition and the type of audition that is necessary for that program. It is very important to note, Harrison deadlines of dates and times are very firm. The application requirements will include the student completing an online application, submitting a resume with an embedded photo, obtaining 2 references and following the instructions on how those references are submitted to the school, a grade point average of 2.3 or higher, and you will also be required to provide a copy of your first 9 weeks report card with your application. And for some departments, a digital portfolio will be needed. We have a few concluding remarks regarding Harrison School for the Arts. We know that many Rochelle students are interested in learning about this application and audition process, and we also believe that the Harrison experience is a fantastic one, but it's not necessarily for everyone, so it's important to have solid information to make decisions. Students are able to audition for up to 2 departments at Harrison, and if students need assistance with their resumes and references, talk with the Rochelle teachers in your arts department or even your academic teachers. Many can provide assistance. The application period for Harrison, as well as the other career academies across Lakeland and Polk County, will be open and available beginning on November 10th, 2020. For Harrison, there will be a virtual informational meeting on or before December 1st, 2020 at 7 p.m. And information regarding this meeting can be found on the Harrison website. The deadline for all applications, completed applications, will be January 12th, 2021 by 4 p.m. in the afternoon. One piece of advice I always give to students who are considering whether or not to go through the audition process to Harrison is that if you apply and audition, you will have the option of choosing Harrison. But if you don't apply and you don't audition, you will not have this option of choosing Harrison. So I would always advise students to go through the preparation and the audition process, and if it becomes an option for you, then you can put that on the table with your other choices. But if you don't apply, you know that that option will not be there. To wrap up this presentation, I would like to remind everyone that if you have questions about high school options, those can be addressed through email or a phone call to Mrs. Willoughby, our middle school counselor at Rochelle, Mr. Brackman, our middle school assistant principal, or Mrs. Ward, that's me, the principal at Rochelle. We will be glad to help and assist in any way we can. The open enrollment period for all career academies, Harrison School for the Arts, the IB or International Baccalaureate School, and all charter schools is November 10th, 2020 through January 12th, 2021. We hope that this has been helpful and informational for you, and we thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time to watch. Best of luck to all of our 8th graders as you make your best decisions moving forward into high school. We will miss you next year, but we are excited for this next leg of your educational career.